let the uprising begin.
There are only two genders, and one of them is right here. It's the box that rocks.
And we have Angela here and Ron Reynolds, state representative. Well, guys, we are talking about the big rift between the president, Donald Trump, and Marjorie Taylor Greene. And I never thought I'd see this day coming, but your thought, and you've never really been a fan of, right?
Listen, as I am
Wait, I'm trying to get a yes or no.
I am.
Okay, there you go. You've answered it.
She's a little bit of a thorn in the GOP side, and as I want to say, Marjorie showed that ass. Okay, because here's what happened, and the story is that she wanted to run for senator against John Ossoff. Okay, in Georgia, or governor in Georgia. And Trump basically sent her a poll that said, listen, you have zero chance. 12% poll, you're not going to win. He's not going to endorse. That's when the rift began. Marjorie's take is that she's out there on the steps of wherever with Thomas Massey, another one that is not long for Congress, I will tell you that, basically implying that Trump is a pedophile. And now when he basically said, fine, let's release all of them finally. And it really is going to be a careful what you wish for situation. But what's wild is watching Marjorie now being embraced by AOC, The View. And let me just say this, I got a Newsweek bulletin today, and it said, breaking, Marjorie Taylor Greene has assassination attempt. I'm like, this woman has been swatted dozens of times, and now the media cares? I mean, she's making her bed with the very people that she has railed against her entire career. It's not going to go well for her.
And you're absolutely right. I was surprised to see on many of the, what we consider mainstream channels like CNN and others.
And The View.
Now, your thoughts about this rift, and at its core, according to her and political pundits, is the Epstein files. And she's saying we need to know what's inside of these files.
Welcome, Marjorie. You finally seen the light. You stopped drinking the damn Kool-Aid, and the MAGA chickens are coming home to roost.
We'll see.
I think that this is so poetic that the woman who basically fell on the sword for President Trump, now she speaks the truth about releasing the Epstein files, and she's the worst enemy. He's coming up with all kind of names for her on Truth Social, treating her like the scum of the earth. So I think this is poetic justice. I think this is a long time coming. Everyone who dares to tell the truth and dares to buck the king himself, he throws them under the bus. And now she's getting these death threats. Now she's getting all this vitriol from the base that embraced her because she was carrying the flag. She helped him get reelected. There's no loyalty with President Trump. He only cares about himself and his own billionaire buddies. She was a political pawn, and now he has no further use for her because she had the audacity to say, yes, release the damn Epstein files.
Is it dangerous, though, Angela, when the president calls you or labels you a traitor, and he's calling her a traitor, and she says, well, this could affect my family.
But
I could be getting death threats.
Again, she was getting death threats before. I think she was. I mean,
what's new?
From the left.
Yeah, seriously.
Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. She was swatted, and swatting is when someone will call something in saying a crime is being committed, and SWAT shows up at your house, busts down your door, and the idea is that you're going to freak out, reach for your gun, and then the cops are going to shoot you. She's been swatted dozens of times prior to this, and leftists did not care because leftists were doing it. But here's the issue. Trump has said about the Epstein files very clearly. He's like, listen, you're falling into the trap. We're releasing everything. I'm not in them. As you can see with all he's in them because he knew Jeffrey Epstein, and Jeffrey Epstein had,
I think, over like 1,000 times.
Yeah, thank you.
He did, but there's been zero evidence or zero smoking gun, because if there were, we would have known about this 8 years ago.
What we have seen, Ron, is over the weekend the president asking the DOJ to investigate a bunch of high-profile Democrats.
Former President Clinton.
Yeah.
Larry
So
Summers.
your thoughts about that?
I think it's a bunch of hypocrisy. Here he is weaponizing the Department of Justice to take the onus off of him because he was the parts that were leaked showed that he was part of the Epstein file. Now he's saying, no, don't look at me, look at Bill Clinton. We need to investigate him. And now the Department of Justice is allegedly investigating former President Bill Clinton. I think this is a miscarriage of justice. This is egregious. Everyone of good conscience, whether a Democrat or Republican, said we shouldn't weaponize the Department of Justice. We've seen it time and time again when he doesn't like people, whether it was Comey, whether it was Letitia James, other people, he's going after them. And I fear that President Clinton, former President Clinton, may be the next victim of this Department of Justice that is airing his grievances. This is not the way we do things. This shows that President Trump has his thumb on the scale, and instead of having accountability for a 34 convicted felon, he has the audacity to go after other people because it takes the onus off of him. I think that's wrong.
Ron, let me ask you this. Should people who prey on underage girls be held accountable, yes or no?
Absolutely, they should.
Okay, well, guess what? Guess who didn't go to the island? Donald Trump. Guess who did 26 times? Bill Clinton. Be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it.
We have no evidence of that.
But
that's what people are saying. People are saying, we want transparency. We want accountability.
Absolutely.
Let the facts fall where they may. President Trump has been the biggest one suppressing the Epstein files from being released. And now many people like Marjorie Taylor Greene are saying, hey, enough is enough. We want them released. And now he's trying to throw them under the bus.
Marjorie crapped the bed. She's going to figure that out real quick.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us here on The Factor.